DAT SHiT, namaste, 13 love, peace, God, 13 love, 13 respect. Yo, so I'm talking about more energy, more fire, 113 ether fire energy, alright? So you gotta get more motivated, more energy at all times. So what we're gonna be talking about here is the fact that these crystals right here is another form of you getting energy. You know, I talked about it before, and it's like a form of medicine. What a lot of y'all don't know is that a lot of the medicines that you take, or whatever, if any of y'all take medicine or whatever, which you shouldn't even, the only, you know, let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food. So you shall eat, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. That's our shit right there, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We eat the right shit. Eat healthy, get healthy, heal ourselves, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So you have to acknowledge that a lot of the, for instance, calcium, a lot of the calcium that they use is used by this stone called limestone, which is similar to the stones that they use for ancient Kemet to build pyramids. And one other thing I want to share with y'all is that, you know, because I always be letting people know, and it seems like nobody really knows. I thought people knew already, but I guess they don't know about this type of shit. That there's pyramids, they found pyramid under the Bermuda Triangle. You know, look this up, you know, and it was a crystal pyramid. So we beyond in tune, and I knew there was a pyramid there before, like all that kind of stuff. I already knew. I'm like, man, I set up a pyramid. So you'll start seeing that. You'll see Atlantis how it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, to get energy, another thing is, here's another thing I do with the magnets. I use magnet therapy. Look that shit up. Use that shit to your advantages. That is what allows you to build up your magnetic field force, your energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people losing energy magnetically. You know, the foods we eat have electromagnetic, iron and copper. You know, look up how to eat. You know what I'm saying? Divine Shaman Sebi, break it down. With the foods we eat, he gives you the tools that you need. And then you become the artist. You do what you got to do. You become creative. You know what I'm saying? If at first you got to start basic, like a primitive person, oh well, do it. Do what you got to do. Survival of the fittest. That's part of the root chakra. That's where you start in that. And then as you work step by step, if you don't try to rush, and you try to do step by step, survival first, and you do everything else, then go to the second chakra, then to the third chakra, then to the fourth, then you start becoming creative. Then you start making all this magnificent work. Then you becoming a true healer and making the food taste magnificent. That's when it comes powerful. But anyway, so that's another thing that you want to do. The magnets, the magnets, you want to have them in the negative magnetic side, the negative side, which is really the positive side. All right. What I mean by negative is because that's what they call it, just to try to confuse you. I guess that's what they do. Which they call north. That's the north side. That's why your head should be facing north as you're resting, and your feet should be facing south. And try to lay on your back. Try to rest on the floor. Try to do that a couple of times. Laying on the floor on your back. Try to rest. If you don't know how to meditate, try to meditate for a while by resting, closing your eyes, and thinking. Just thinking about whatever you want to think. Try to release as much as you can. Just don't cry. Don't be doing the weak shit. And if you feel like you're going to cry, if you ever feel like crying, do healing sounds, mantras. Yell out, rah, rah. Come out to the sun and yell out, rah, rah, like a monster. Rah. Let it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't cry. Try not to cry. Hit yourself in the chest right here, and you build up stronger. A lot of the indigenous, what we used to do, our ancient cultures, what we did, what we still do, is, you know, we dance off the pain. You know what I'm saying? Dancing the pain. You know, you angry? That's why people in the club, they go get pumped up, you get drunk. Why you need to get drunk? Don't you have enough anger? Don't you have enough energy? It shouldn't be anger, it should be love. Don't you have enough love for your people? For you to hold it down? You know how many people pass away constantly, every day? Our people pass away daily and nobody give a shit. That should give you, you should have enough love for them. Enough love to do what they see you. Once you get to the ethereal realm, once people pass away, get to that level, once they pass to the next level, they see everything. They see the truth. They see who's who and who's what. They see who truly cares, who really does care. Because you start knowing, you start seeing who you are, who you were, what you did wrong, and everything. And then you move on to the next, whatever you got to do. But you get to see that. So our ancestors get to see that. Everybody who passes away, whether it was your brother, friend, sister, whoever, you know what I'm saying? I just seen spirit over here, you know what I'm saying? It was dressed all in white. Like, it had white clothes and shit like that, and black shoes. Alright. So, you know, they were coming over here, you know, they start seeing who really has the love, who has the energy, who really cares. They really see that. So, when they pass away, they have this gift where they're like guardians or whatever. They have to do that. Some people, it's annoying to do that. Like right now, that's why. Right now, you have to be a healer. That's why you have to enjoy that. Because what you do here is what you do in the dream realm. So if you're assisting people right now, guess what you're doing in the real life? You're a real netir, a real neteru, which means you really do the assistance. You really are a healer. You really are a shaman. You really are a divine shaman. That's what you're supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to be doing. As the children of the Creator, we're supposed to be just like the Creator. Exactly like the Creator. Ain't no difference. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to be able to acknowledge that that's what makes you into a fairy with the frequency. You know what I'm saying? To heal. So you do it here, you do it there. You know what I'm saying? So if you start doing it now, when you get to that level, it becomes exciting for you to do it. Energy-wise to do it. Like happy to do it. While for others, it may be a torture. It may be like a mission they got to do. Oh, I got to do this, da-da-da-da. When it's something that it's not just a mission, it's a way of, you know, of being. You know what I'm saying? Complete. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to, you are me, I am you. You know, I have to keep this cycle, this circle, this wheel spinning. You know what I'm saying? The wheel spinning. And that's another thing. Don't be trying to wish. You know, the word wish is just like the shit, like the thug niggas say, you know, how ish is half-ass shit. You know, when you ish, like, for instance, we true jewels. We are the real jewels, the crystalline beings. You know what I'm saying? We're the real jewels. While others try to be like us, will call themselves and claim to be what? Jewish. So that means they're not fully us. They half that. They ain't holistic like that. They half it. So just like other words like British. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of shit. So you have to acknowledge that when you say wish, you're having a will. You're not fully willing everything. You know what I'm saying? So the netirs, they don't like to see you wishing. Those are the demons waiting for your wish. Those are the demons waiting for you to wish. Because a wisher is a lazy ass nigga just sitting back saying, yo, I blah blah blah, wish I had this, da 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 da. When a true nigga, a true thug nigga, a true divine shaman, what we do, we will. But we will what we will. We will everything. We spin the wheel. We keep the circle moving, rotating. We make the world go round. It's circling. We make the galaxy go round. We make the celestial go round. We make the whole spiral of the spiral. So that's the spirit. That's the spiritual part aspect of it. And that's what you have to be. You have to be willing to do this. That's how you get energy. By having the mentality of the will. To will things. You have to will. You have to be willing to come out here with no shame and do what you got to do. You have to be willing to stand out here without moving and stand still while others is laughing at you. You have to have the will to have people looking at you like you crazy and all this and that when you know what you're doing is the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody going to no church. They don't go inside churches and laugh at people while they're praying to some fake ass shit. But yet they'll laugh at you when you're doing the real shit. When you out here in nature, at the roof, really doing the real work, and they'll laugh at you. But you have to have the will, because just like you have the will to get angry, just like you got the will to talk shit, just like you have the will to catch a fit. You should have the real will to do the right thing. You should have the real will to push. You should be your own motivation, man. Motivation. Motivizing yourself. Motorizing. You should be your own mechanics. You feel me? You should be fixing yourself. You should be your dynamic mechanic, man. fractals, spreading energy continually, healing, just continue willing and will. And every time you heal somebody, heal and will is one and the same. Heal is to will, to continue the will of somebody. So there's so many things you do, and once you do that, you have the circle moving. Because once you will somebody, you heal somebody, they heal somebody. That will somebody and heal somebody. You know, and that's how you feel, and that's what's real. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. So, you know, you gotta, there's so many things you could do for energy-wise. You know, mantras, chant out, naga, 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 rock your head back and forth. Believe it or not, when you're listening to music, the type of music you're listening to is a prayer to your head. Because you're bobbing your head back and forth. You're bobbing your head back and forth, just like who do this? All these niggas do this shit. All these niggas that be praying do that shit. Whether it's Muslim, whether it's a Jew, whatever. They all do this shit. They all be bobbing their head. What you do when you listen to the music? You bobbing your head even harder. You know what I'm saying? You going all in. But to some wicked ass shit, you need to go all in for some real shit. So you need to acknowledge that. You need to look for that. You need to look for yourself, man. Find out who you are. You know, if you are part of that shit, then yo, keep doing that shit. Whatever, do what you gotta do. But if you ain't that, you gotta know who you are, man. Go deep within yourself. And while you're around other people, like I said, you a psychic. While you're around other people, it's gonna be a kind of little more difficult for you to find yourself, because you're gonna be picking up other people's thought patterns, and you're gonna be thinking what they thinking. While they're trying to do something else, they're not on the same track as you are at that moment. They're trying to get on something else, so you start picking that up and start having doubt on yourself, because you're around that type of energy, and all you thinking is of that person's thoughts. You know, and a lot of things is like, why do people try to impress other people? Why they try to prove a point to people who it's pointless to try to prove a point to? Who you should be proving a point first and foremost is yourself, and then you start proving points to everybody, because if you can't prove a point to yourself, you can't prove a point to nobody. If you can't talk to yourself, you can't talk to nobody. If you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody. If you can't heal yourself, you can't heal nobody. If you can't will yourself, you can't will nobody. So, you know, there's so many energy ways to get energy. Sleeping with magnets, man. I'm telling you, the negative side, putting the negative side wherever, you know, your pineal gland, whatever, man. This shit here is everything, man. But you always gotta remember, you gotta know how to eat right. You gotta do exercises. You have to be able to come out in nature. You have to respect nature. That's the key. You have to have love. You have to respect all mothers. You have to respect all children. You have to respect all fathers at a certain level. You know, there might be people that are real nasty, and you're like, yo, how can I possibly respect this person? Well, to a certain extent, you can. You know, just look for that. Look for the healing process. Become the wise serpent. You know what I'm saying? Slid your way right into the truth. Don't get away from all the distractions. Slid your way right to the point. Don't be trying to be a snake coiled up, doing nothing. Coiled up, just waiting on feast, waiting on food to pass on by. You should be that wise serpent, just navigating, going through everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Getting the energy just by what you see and what you feel. You're feeding off of that. You know what I'm saying? Well, you don't have to be coiled up waiting on food. Coiled up serpent is that Kunda buffer. You know, Kundalini is when that serpent rises up. And whether you know it or not, you all have it, because when you look at your intestines, you all have this serpent. This is a big ass serpent. That's part of your serpent. That's you. It's inside of you. You take that shit out, that shit is longer than you, taller than you. So if you don't have control of your body, your mind, and your soul, and you have this big ass serpent within your body, right here in your stomach, all of you have it. You can't front. That's where the food goes to. You acting like you don't know this shit. So, you know, you have this shit going on, and this shit is bigger than you. And if you ain't in control with your body, you ain't in tune with your heart, you ain't in tune with your lungs, your pancreas, your pineal gland, yo, that shit gonna control you. That's a big ass serpent. That shit gonna choke you. That shit gonna tell you what you eat, what you need to eat. Because you see, these cockroaches and shit like that, them niggas that telling you, yo, you need to be eating that GMO shit. They don't want you controlling you with their antennas, man. Trying to tell you to eat that. They all work together. The possum, you know what I'm saying? All them dirty ass niggas, the rat. Think about it. They're the only niggas that be eating that GMO shit, that junk food. While the natives and the terus out here in nature,
the nature spirits, the fairies, they're not eating that. They eat dates, coconuts, you know what I'm saying, all that natural shit, you know what I'm saying? If you got something bad, you can always throw it away to them, and you feed it, and they know what to do with it. They don't even have to eat it. They do things with it, man. These niggas is on that. And just to let your niggas know, the way I know this shit is, there's so many proofs that this shit is real, man. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody's aura, somebody asked me as well too, when you see somebody's aura and you see something bigger on one side than the other side, you'll see different things around, like orbs. Those same orbs is you. And those are the planets around you, which is you. Those are another energies of you, which are your fairies, your neterus, your netirs. So that's what that represents. Those are your guardians, your angels, you know what I'm saying, your ancestors, your ancestors. This is you. That's you, your energies. The more you build up, the more they come to you. So that's why the more positive you become, they see that. They can see it, and they rush right to you, like dragonflies, like bees. When they feel that vibration, your vortex opening up, because every chakra of you that you have are a vortex. It's a vortex. Just like the black hole, they can't explain that. They don't know nothing about that, and that's what we is. All right, we have that within us. All right, those are your chakra points. And when that shit opens up and you vibrating, you start seeing bees swarming around you like flies. You'll have dragonflies around you. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that eat up the mosquitoes, and they dispose of them, and they transform. They do that alchemist shit. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all niggas may be like, oh, but they even more parasitic. Nah, they on something else, man. You know what I'm saying? When you touch the feathers of a dragonfly, then you can, you know what I'm saying? You can tell. Cause when you touch the feathers of a dragonfly, you pick up all the information. Just like when you touching crystals, you get energy and all that stuff, type of shit. So a lot of things, cleaning your skin, gets your energy wised up. Essential oils, get your energy to rise up. You know what I'm saying? The way you eat, drinking a lot of water. If you burn, and you're a beginner or whatever, try not to burn that high shit, that piff. Try to burn something low grade, like, you know, mids, regs, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Start off like that and start off real small. Don't overdo it. Try it small. And always have a goal to why you're doing something. Never do something for no reason. Always figure out why you were doing it for the main reason at the beginning to do with, and you want to stick with that. That's what allows you to open up your first eye. When you do things out of the wild and you ain't even thinking, like when you drinking and when you smoking, and you're like, and somebody can ask you why you smoking, you're just like, yo, I'm stressed. So why you stressed? And you can't answer these questions, then you shouldn't even be doing these type of things. So these are things that you want to stay away from, so you can open up your third eye. You know what I'm saying? So you can become a healer, a willer. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're burning, you know, if you're burning piff and shit like that, try to minimize it. And if you do, and try to eat before you burn and shit like that. Or try not to eat at all, because if you don't eat, you get even more higher if you don't got nothing in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's how you master yourself, when you are able to overcome that munchy shit, that munchy state. That's lower vibration. That when you start getting to that level, when you surpass that, then you get to the sexual level. And then you surpass that, then you get to the creative level, where you could get stuck, you know, being creative like crazy. And then you get to another level, you get to the loving level, where you could get stuck in loving things so much, you're just like, I'm in love, you know what I'm saying? And then you surpass that, and then you could get to the level where you talk so much. And then you can surpass that level, and you get to the level where you see good and bad, and you're seeing the spirits, and you're seeing shit. You're like, oh shit. And then you surpass that shit, and then you get to the level where you out to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many things you can do to rise up your energy. So you have to keep this first eye focus and all this kind of shit. So you gotta get energized and pumped up at all time, yo. Breathing. Look, there we go. The tears right there. You know what I'm saying? So you see. And you know, try to do exercise. Try to do tai chi, kung fu, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you dancing, dance to good music. Dance to some tribal music. You know, get back to the rhythm of the real beat, the drums. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall into that dumb shit, that synthetic, that fake shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That weak shit, man. You need to get back to the original shit, to that power. You know what I'm saying? Once you build up, you have your aura around you. This egg, it's like an egg, but it's really your serpent eyes. Nothing can attack you. You'll feel somebody trying to attack you, and nothing can happen. You have so much power. You can go anywhere. You can do anything. You cannot be harmed. Once you build this shit up, once you spill, they can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to start first, step by step. Then you step out. Then you start practicing outside, you know? At first, you don't want to go and meditate in front of a bunch of cars, a loud crowd. You want to start meditating first, naturally, by yourself first. And then you can step out. You know, then you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, people will test you. You will want to beat the shit out of people. You will want to